They thought it was just sleep paralysis, a child's nightmares, but when she started speaking in voices that weren't her own, revealing secrets no one else knew, the Delaney family realized something far more sinister had taken hold. Doctors had no answers, the church hesitated, and by the time they finally turned to an exorcism, it was already too late. Because some spirits don't just possess, they consume. What happens when an exorcism fails and when faith isn't enough? There are moments when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, when something ancient, malevolent, and hungry crosses into our world. Some call it possession, others call it pure evil, but what happens when an exorcism goes too far? When faith collides with fear and death is the only escape? This is the true story of The Last Rite, Death of a Soul. It all began with whispers in the night. The Delaney family had lived in their home for over 10 years without incident. But one winter evening, their youngest daughter, Evelyn, started speaking in voices that weren't her own. At first, they thought it was sleep paralysis, until she began predicting things she could never know. Soon, the family couldn't deny that something was terribly wrong. Objects moved on their own, Evelyn's once bright blue eyes darkened, and then the bruises began to appear. Doctors found nothing wrong, therapists couldn't explain her behavior, but one night, Evelyn attacked her mother with inhuman strength. Desperate, the Delaneys turned to the one place they had never considered before, the church. Father Matthew, an experienced exorcist, agreed to visit their home, but nothing could prepare him for what he found. The first exorcism began at midnight. As Father Matthew recited prayers, Evelyn's body convulsed violently. The room temperature dropped, shadows stretched unnaturally along the walls, and then she spoke. "You're too late. She's already mine." The priest felt an overwhelming force push him back. The family watched in horror as their daughter levitated inches above the bed. The church sanctioned one final attempt, a ritual older than any on record. The last rite. But this rite required something beyond prayers. It required sacrifice. As Father Matthew pressed his cross against Evelyn's forehead, she screamed. The walls cracked. Blood seeped from the ceiling. The house itself seemed to be rejecting the ritual. And then Evelyn was silent. The next morning, Ellen was gone. The official story claimed she had succumbed to an unexplained illness, but those who were there knew the truth. She hadn't died. She had been taken. Father Matthew never spoke of what happened that night. He disappeared from public life, leaving behind only a single warning written in his journal. It was not one demon, it was many, and it is not finished. The story of Evelyn Delaney remains one of the most chilling exorcism cases in modern history. Was she truly possessed, or was it something darker than even the church could comprehend? And if so, is it still out there, waiting for another soul to claim? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever witnessed something unexplainable? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying true horror stories. Until next time, keep the lights on.